Welcome to the webinar tonight. My name is Eric Johnson, the creator and CEO of Teamzy. I'm very excited to be with you guys tonight. Despite the fact that I've got my hoarse rock and roll voice, it's pretty strong. I've got my voice back. Last week it was gone. I'm ready to rock and roll with you guys tonight. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you guys how to get started right with Teamzy. I'll take you through the process of setting it up, which is actually a lot easier than some of you guys think. We've made it as easy as possible. And then I'm going to take you through how to absolutely crush a power hour. Okay, Teamzy is built around the whole concept of power hour, the idea that you can build a huge business in 1 hour, one focused and efficient hour a day. Okay, I'm going to show you how you guys can literally blow your business up in a good way in 1 hour a day. I'll take you through all the workflows. How do you start conversations with people? How do you take those conversations to an invite where you're talking about the business? How do you take an invite and follow up with it like a pro until they join your team? Okay, I'll take you through that whole process tonight. I'll show you how to do it in Teamzy as we go as well. I'm even going to teach you some cool stuff like how to follow up without being annoying, right? Things that you worry about. So we'll go through all of that tonight. I'm going to go through it as quickly as I can. It's going to feel at times like you're sipping water through a fire hose. I apologize for that, but I want to pack as much usable content for you guys at the very beginning. And then at the end, we'll do a question and answer. You can ask me anything, whether it's about something I'm teaching tonight or anything that's come up as you've used Teamzy. All right, sound good? All right, so without further ado, let me just go ahead and jump in here. Also, if you guys could do me a favor, just put in the chat what network you guys are with and where you're from. I'm just curious to see who's on the call tonight as you guys pop in. Okay, share the screen. Here we go. Rodan and Fields. I got the eye cream on though. You can't tell tonight. I'm getting over my cold. Where are we going here? Eric Johnson. Hold on a second, guys. Let's bring this presentation up. There it is. Try this again. All right. So let me just take you through a little bit real quick as we talk about this topic, getting started right, becoming a power hour boss. A little bit of my backstory. For those of you guys who haven't met me, either virtually or in person, I've been helping people build their business for 15 years. I've been a professional business consultant helping people build their business. What I do, it's my passion. That's why I'm here in front of you guys tonight, coming live from my home office with all my rugrats running around right outside the door. It's probably the same with you guys too. I got into the network marketing business kind of by accident, probably like a lot of you guys. A few years back, I stumbled across some products that I loved. In my case, it was Beachbody. And I lost a bunch of weight. And actually started sharing it just because I loved it. You know, people were asking me about it. This is a post from back when I was a Beachbody coach. People were asking me about what I was doing, and I just started sharing it because I loved what I was doing. Well, once I realized the business opportunity, you know, going back to the past screen, my business consultant mind thought, okay, I got a full-time job, a bunch of kids, a marriage, a lot of stuff going on. How can I focus this to do it in 1 hour a day? And that's all I had at the time. And so I started looking for tools. Now, the first thing I would do if you came to me as a business consultant is I would say, we need tools to help you leverage your time. Okay, so how can you be more efficient with your time? And so I knew that these tools, different types of CRMs and stuff existed for lots of industries. I thought surely there was something great that was relationship-based for network marketing, but I was wrong. We couldn't find anything. Hence the birth of Teamzy, right? Since we couldn't find it, we built it. So here's what I was looking for. I needed a system that allowed me to do these things in an hour a day. And you guys are probably struggling with some of the same things. I needed a way to stay in touch with all of my contacts. Okay, and tonight I'm not gonna go deep into relationship marketing, but Teamzy is based on the philosophy of relationship marketing. Okay, and the way we do that is we're constantly in touch with people. We're building relationships. So I needed a way to do that. I also wanted to know when to contact them and when not to contact them. But I didn't want to spend a lot of time planning. See, a lot of times people will spend 3 hours planning their power hour. I just wanted to know how to do it, okay? And just like have it in front of me. Also, I wanted to know what to say without spending all day coming up with the perfect messaging, okay? The whole analysis paralysis thing. I needed something that would kind of lead me through, here's some things I can say, here's who you're gonna contact today, and here's what you're gonna say to them. Also, I wanted a way to follow up seamlessly so that nobody ever fell through the cracks. And you guys have experienced this, right? You're talking to somebody and they're interested and you're having a great conversation, they're excited. And for whatever reason, they tell you, you know, I'm just really not ready to commit to this right now. And you're like, okay, no problem. I'll follow up with you down the road. And the next thing you know, they've signed up on somebody else's team. Does that happen to you guys? Yeah, that happens to everybody. And that's just because you don't have a system that makes sure nobody falls through the cracks, right? Because you plant the seed and water it, put sunshine on it. But when they're ready for harvest, if you're not there, somebody else is going to harvest that. Okay? So I needed a system to help me make sure that nobody fell through the cracks. We couldn't find it. Oh, there's one more thing. And a lot of you guys know me as the Teamzy guy, and you think I'm some sort of tech wizard. The truth is I'm really challenged with technology. It's hard for me to understand how it works. I got into building software when the iPhones came out, and I was like, wow, this is easy to use. Even I can use it. And so it made me passionate about creating things that were easy enough for me to use. So I had to find something that not only existed to do all those things based on relationship, but it had to be easy to use, right? And so you guys know how the story goes. Wasn't there, so we built it. We built it. Okay, so just to give you a little stats on Teamzy, and we're going to jump right into how to get started with it. Just want you guys to know that we have had 45,000 network marketers use Teamzy in the first 2 years that we've been in business, which is pretty amazing, right? And it's just taken off by wildfire. 75% of those people directly referred in by somebody else. Also, our active users who are basically doing what I'm going to show you today, a power hour every day, they're averaging 21 new customers and 9 new recruits in 90 days. Okay, 21 new customers and 9 new recruits over 90 days. That's the average of the people who are doing a daily power hour with Teamzy. Pretty cool, right? Okay. Oh, that's my cue. The blank screen is my cue to get into Teamzy and show you what's going on. All right. Where are we? Got to sip that honey tea. I don't have anybody here from any essential oils company, so I'm not going to plug the essential oils I put in my tea. Unless you guys pop on. Okay. So what's cool is I mentioned Beachbody, but I had been a distributor with them. We started it for them, but now we've got Teamzy in I think more than 40 custom-made markets. Plus we have the general Teamzy standard, which serves everybody. So it's pretty cool to see how that grows and how this whole community is kind of coming together around this tool. All right, so you're looking at my Teamzy dashboard. Now, a couple things. I'm going to show you guys what's really cool is we have a fully updated user interface coming out later this week, which is awesome. It's going to be very similar, but it's going to look cooler. So that's coming. I was hoping to demo it tonight, but it'll probably be about 2 more days before it's ready. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys through setup of like a sample account. Then I'm going to show you how to crush the power hour. Okay. So when you first create a free trial, first of all, I'm assuming you guys are all either subscribers or on a free trial. If you're not, go to teamzy.com and start a free trial. It's free for 30 days. Okay. It's free for 30 days. It's a no-brainer. We do that because we know that if you use it for 30 days, there's no question you will subscribe because it's going to bring tons of value and you'll make sales and it's going to be awesome. Okay. So when you first log in, you're going to be in your setup wizard, which is designed to make setting this thing up easy. Okay. And it's not on my screen, but if you want to get back to it, you just go to this little settings wheel and launch it. Okay. So it looks like this. Here's the setup wizard. So the first thing they're going to do is ask you if you want to get tips via Messenger, which is awesome. You get a couple tips every day while you're in your trial that help you use it, okay? All right, so in our setup wizard, we're going to do 3 things. We're going to create an income goal, okay? Now what Teamzy does with your income goal is it backwards engineers it and tells you what to do every day to hit it, which is pretty awesome. The second thing we'll do is create a powerful why. I'll talk to you a little bit about that, but that's important because people tend to quit this business left and right, and I want to make sure that does not happen to you. And then we're going to get all your contacts imported into Teamzy, so you have one list that lives on the web. You can access it anytime through your phone, computer, anything with internet access, and you're super mega organized. Who wants to be super mega organized? Anyone? Okay, let's get started. So the first thing we'll do is we'll set an income goal. First time you come in here, this will be a blank box. I put 150,000 in my box, okay? This is the income level you want to be at 12 months from now. 12 months from now. All right? So this isn't necessarily what you'll earn in your first 12 months. This will be the monthly level you'll be at 12 months from now. Make sense? Okay. My advice to you is don't set anything less than 6 figures, please. Okay? Because if you aim low, you'll hit low and you'll end up quitting. You gotta aim high and go for it. And the thing is do I believe that you can be brand new today Let's say you signed up this week with your company. You're watching this webinar. Do I think you could be a six-figure earner in 12 months? Absolutely. There's no question you could do that. Okay, but it's just going to take some energy, and I'll show you what it'll take. So for example, right here, 150,000, Teamzy's going to give me a suggestion of how many people I need to connect with over the next 12 months. So I'm going to hit continue. So Teamzy is suggesting that I connect with 4,348 people over the next 12 months. Okay, 4,348. That's a pretty good number, right? Pretty big, but it was an aggressive goal, 150,000. Do you guys know how? You guys know how to eat an elephant? How do you eat an elephant? Anyone? One bite at a time, right? So if I go to the next page, Teamzy breaks this down for me. Breaks it down. So at Teamzy, we see the world in three groups. I mean the world. There's prospects, there's customers, and there's distributors. Now, I'm using Teamzy Standard, which is the kind of the generic version of Teamzy. So I'm going to talk about distributors. But I know, like, you know, we've got some Rodana Fields people. You guys call them consultants. I know that, you know, other people call them presenters, promoters, marketers, distributors, you name it. So just fill in the blanks on your verbiage as we go, okay? So basically everyone in the world is going to be a prospect, a customer, or somebody else's customer, right? Or a distributor. Okay. So then it breaks it down into those three groups. And then it gives me a monthly breakdown, a weekly breakdown, a daily breakdown. So that huge number, 4,348, is now something I can manage. It's connect with 9 prospects a day, 6 customers, and 4 people on my team each day. Okay? Now that right there is about 20 minutes of work in Teamzy. Pretty cool, right? So in fact, you can change these numbers. These are suggestions. You can change them to anything you want. You just overwrite them. I'm going to make that one 10 so that this is an even 20 people a day. Okay? And 20 people a day will be about 20 or 30 minutes work in Teamzy. Also, we've got invites and ads. I'm going to talk about this as we come, but an invite is a little different than a regular connect. A connect is when we connect with somebody to just start a conversation, just to say hi, just to make their day. In fact, we call it the Make Someone's Day mindset, right? We get in the Make Someone's Day mindset. We just want to make their day, get them to smile, and start a conversation with them. An invite is when in that conversation they show some interest in learning about the business or learning about our products or attending an event. Then we invite them to learn more. Okay, so an invite is where we've kind of marked them in Teamzy as this is not just a casual conversation. I've now invited them to learn more and I have a reason to follow up with them. Make sense? Okay, and then ads, these are just new people I'm putting on my list every day. You got to be putting new people on your list every day. Now, if you're brand new to Teamzy, you're adding, you know, you're just right now adding all the people you already know, which is great. Over time, though, you're going to want that discipline of constantly meeting and adding new people. All right, got that page breakdown done. Next is finding your why. Now, what was cool about that last page is once we fill it out and go to the next, it now configured our Teamzy dashboard to your goals. So every single one of you will have a different looking dashboard because it's going to be configured to your specific goals, which is cool. Okay. Finding your why. This is an important piece. Sorry guys, my voice going already. Okay. Let's just talk honestly. People quit this business like crazy, right? In fact, I think the general statistic is 1 out of 2 people will quit within the first year. Right? 1 out of 2 people in the first year quit. And then if you were, I don't know what the stats are, but it's even worse if you go over time. People quit like crazy. And have you guys ever wondered why? Why do people quit? I mean, especially those of you guys who are watching and you're successful, you're like, why would anyone leave this business and go back to doing whatever they were doing? This is so awesome. Guys, you just have to understand that people are quitters. I mean, you and me, all of us. There's a reason why sometimes we don't. The exception to the rule is when we don't. And that's because we have a reason. See, the whole idea of willpower, it's just, willpower is a fantasy. All it exists is why power, right? I love Darren Hardy's book, Compound Effect. He has a whole chapter on why power. It's awesome. Check that out if you haven't read it. The bottom line is you have to have a reason to persist and be successful because life is going to get hard, right? Am I right? Life's going to get hard. Somebody that you respect is going to insult you. There's going to be natural disasters, sicknesses, relationships imploding, financial meltdowns, right? Things are going to happen that are challenging. And the one thing that will happen that is the most insidious and what I believe causes more people to quit than ever are the triple threat of boredom, lack of visible results, and lack of motivation. Those things hit, and the next thing you know, you've quit. Here's the thing, guys. If you take a minute to get your why together, there's nothing that's going to stop you. Okay? And I know you've been told about your why by other trainers, by your uplines, and you're like, yeah, I get it, Eric. I need to know my why. But maybe you're stuck on how to do it. And I want to demystify this for you, because thinking about your why really isn't that hard. You already know it. It's just bringing it forward to your consciousness. Okay? Just getting it out of you to being conscious about it. So I'm going to take you through a process. We put 5 questions in Teamzy that get you thinking about it to help you create a why statement. Once we've done that together, it will be on your dashboard of Teamzy. So every day when you log in, you read it to yourself. Okay? I even recommend you do it out loud, because there's a whole bunch of studies on how that hearing your own voice really helps you. But you're going to look at that why, and it's going to help you do your 30 minutes of work that you need to do to keep your business moving forward. Even when you don't feel like it, even when you feel like junk, which I felt like for the last week and a half, even when the whole world around you feels like it's coming apart, here's something you can control. Does that make sense? So I'm going to bring you guys in back to Teamzy, and we'll just take you through this. I'll tell you my story, my personal story, as an example. Obviously, you'll have your own stories. But the first question here is, why did you become a distributor? Why did you join your business? And in my case, I just really liked the products. I got great results. I'd lost 60 pounds. And to be honest, people were already asking me about it. I wasn't really having to look far to find interest. People were going, what are you doing, dude? You look great. And so I was sharing it with them. I found out there was an opportunity to get paid to share it with them, and I took it. Make sense? What did you hope to accomplish? The next question. I just wanted to make some extra money. And you can see my little notes in there, but I'm going to explain to you what those mean. I wanted to make $500 a month. That was kind of the number that I set. Like, hey, I talked to my sponsor at the time and said, do you think I could do this and make $500 a month doing it an hour a day? He said, yeah, I totally think you could do that. I said, great. Sign me up. I wanted to make $500 a month, right? Which was cool. My first month I made $600. I was happy. What did you hope to accomplish? Okay, we got that. Why is it important to you? Why is it important to you? So the reason why I wanted to make $500 a month was because I was hoping to put that money into savings. Doesn't sound very sexy, right? But it was to me, because here's the backstory. My wife and I, I was a business consultant and coach, remember this? And I worked specifically, the majority of my customers were real estate people. And then a little bit of them were mortgage people, okay? And then I had a few kind of random things in between. So we were doing great. Economy was growing. We were just doing great. It was awesome. We're having a great time. When we started having kids, it was no problem. We'll go to one income. We were great. We put every single month, we had this automatic transfer of $500 that went into our savings account. It just went in there every month, automatically transferred, just went in. Well, do you guys remember what happened with the Great Recession with real estate and mortgage people? Yeah, I mean, it was like that whole industry disappeared overnight. And so did our income. I lost my job, and it was one of those great situations. After helping lay off half the company, I was laid off. And it was tough. It was a struggle. I'll be honest with you guys. It was a difficult time for us. By God's good grace, we made it through that time. I found other work in another industry, and we just kind of made it happen. But you know what? We were not able to save any money for that time. And we used our savings, and we kind of just made it through, like a lot of you guys did. It had been, at this point, 6 years. We hadn't saved a dime. And the opportunity now to put $500 in the bank again was kind of exciting, right? So the reason why I tell you that story is because somebody may tell you, I want to make $500 a month. And you're like, oh yeah, you can do that. But you got to figure out why. Like, why is that important to them? Because then it starts to be meaningful. Does that make sense? Okay, so the next question here is, what would achieving this mean for you and your family? And so here was the rest of the backstory was, we lived in a home that was, it was a great home, but we had long outgrown it. We were just crowded. I felt like I was in like a toy warehouse. Anybody feel like that with kids? Toys everywhere. When I went to start my business, first my Beachbody business, then Teamzy, I didn't have anywhere that I could work. So some of you guys know this story. I actually built a shed in my backyard, like a tool shed. and I put a Wi-Fi network out there, and I started building my business out there in like board shorts in the summer and flip-flops and internet access, and this made it happen. But I didn't have any room. I wanted to buy a new house. That's what I thought. If we could save $500 a month for a long enough time, we could buy a new house. It'd be great. Get a little bit more space. So now in 5 minutes, I've gone from, yeah, I'll sign up and do this, I can make some extra money, to, wow, I'm envisioning the new home for my family. Are you with me? And this opportunity is getting more exciting for me by the second. Now I get to this last question. Why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? Why is it meaningful? How does it make you feel? And here's the thing I realized, guys. I didn't really think, when I thought about this, that buying a house was that meaningful a goal. I mean, it's a good goal. It's a lofty goal. It's like the American dream, right? But it didn't seem like that meaningful. But the more I thought about it, here's the realization I came to. It was symbolic. It was symbolic. It was symbolic of what was kind of going on deep down, and I never gave pause to think about consciously. My life at that time was basically, I get up in the morning before the sun rises and get ready for work. I leave while my kids are in their pajamas, and I go work all day long. Come home, my kids have already had dinner and are in the bath getting ready for bed. I put them to bed. That's my relationship with my kids. I'm the guy who says good morning and good night. And, ships passing the night with my wife, constantly working in an industry where I was considered at the peak, not getting ahead, not being able to save a dime. I felt like I was stuck, and I was missing my children's growing up. In fact, my son came home from school, and when he started kindergarten, and he never called me daddy. He always called me Mr. Lisa, which was his teacher's name, first, and then he'd switch over to dad. I mean, dad, sorry. And I understood why. I mean, he spent more time with him than he did me. And I was just missing it. You know, I was stressed out about losing my job because I had lost my job twice in 3 years due to economic downturns. We weren't saving money, so we had nothing. I'd already done the math that if I lost my job and couldn't find another, we would lose everything in 30 days. The house, right? Everything would be gone in 30 days. And it was stressful. I realized this, guys, it wasn't about buying a new house. It was about creating a new life. It was about creating a new life for my family. It was about not ever having to worry about money. It was about being present for my kids while they grow up. It was about building a legacy for them, something that could grow and expand, and that would be recession-proof. Are you with me? This process is so important, not just for you to do, so that you understand why you're in this business, so that you understand what's on the line when you don't feel like it today. But it's crucial for you to put your team through this too. And from a business standpoint, obviously you want your team to not quit and you want them to succeed, right? But from a personal standpoint, how many lives can you change, really impact, by helping them find their why out? Huge, right? Huge. All right, so let's finish this thing off. This is a little passion tangent I go off on the why thing, and I'm sorry, but I feel it's important. And that's why I put it in Teamzy. Not because you need it to work the software, but because you need it to be successful. And the software is one piece of your success plan. Make sense? Okay, so here's my why. The last box, you take all this thinking and this kind of mental work you've done and you put it into a statement. Okay? Here's my why that I wrote that day. To create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family, and I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and full of energy. This was my why. Okay, now whatever you put in this last box, and hit continue, will publish to your dashboard and you can look at it every day, okay? Everything else doesn't matter, just this last box as far as what publishes. But here's the thing, guys. Once I understood that the 30 minutes, 40 minutes that I was gonna work in Teamzy was how I eliminated worry about money, was how I got to be present with my kids, was how I got to have a relationship with my wife, was how I got to be healthy and happy, then it was a no-brainer, because choosing not to do my activities today was basically saying, yes, I want to stay stuck right where I am. In fact, I challenge you guys, when you guys are having those moments where you're like, I don't think I'm going to do it today, just say out loud, because I want to stay stuck right where I am. See if that doesn't motivate you to get going. All right, it's only because I love you guys. Okay, last step for setup is getting your contacts loaded into Teamzy. Okay, you're going to get your contacts loaded in. And there's some videos here to help you. Now, there's something that I want you guys to know too, which is the Help Center has a lot more information on uploads and downloads and all that kind of stuff. So if this stuff's here to help you right here in the Setup Wizard, but you can always jump over to the Help Center to go a little deeper on FAQs and training videos and things like that. Plus, we have an awesome Facebook community where you can go talk to other people using Teamzy. Okay, so we're going to get your reports back down from your downline, your customers, right, from your back office. Get your Facebook friends imported in here, which is awesome, right? It's so awesome having your Facebook friends list in here because you can message them. You can just find them and message them on, and not have to like go through your Facebook feed to try to figure that out, right? You can be organized, have a system to it, which is awesome. The other reason why it's awesome having your Facebook friends in here, guys, is listen to me really quick. This is 2017. Right now, 2017, end of 2017, going into 2018, Facebook Messenger is the most effective communication tool there is. Besides like getting face-to-face and talking to somebody. The response rate's better. It's almost 99% response rate across 1 billion users. That crazy? That is crazy. It's like 1,000 times better than an email. I'm telling you guys this because you should, I think Facebook Messenger right now should be your primary form of communicating with people. So this is cool that you're going to get your Facebook list in here. All right. And then, of course, anywhere else that you have files, you can get them in here. Okay. So we're going to skip this. The last step, there's one more step for setting up, and that's ranking people. Okay, so before I even show you this, let me just explain something here. I'm going to show you this in a second, but basically each day your dashboard is going to tell you who to connect with. Okay, it's just going to give you lists of people to connect with. Now those people, when I say connect with them, I'm not talking about following up on a sale or following up to see if they like their product. Not necessarily. I'm just talking about, hey man, it's good to see you. Or I saw you on Facebook. How are you? How you been? I just want to connect. Do you understand? Just say hey. Just make their day. Because you got to remember this important principle. The relationship comes before the sale. The relationship comes before the sale. There are people on your list that will never buy from you, that will never join your team, but they very well may refer the next superstar to your team. And the more that you become part of somebody's consciousness, you're in their conscious mind, top of their mind all the time as this amazing trusted advisor in this area, whenever somebody's talking about that subject, you will come out of their mouth. Hey, it's not really for me, but if you're interested in that, you should talk to Eric. He's like the expert of this. Are you with me? So many people miss this. They don't understand that every relationship you have is solid gold. Every single person that you invest in is worth the return on investment. Are you with me? Okay. Sorry, I'm going off. Man, it must be the fact that I couldn't talk for 2 weeks that I just really want to talk to you guys tonight. So let me show you guys how we're going to do ranking. So I'm going to just toggle this. After you do an import, it'll be toggled into rank mode. Basically, we're going to go down our list and we're going to rank people. 5 stars is awesome, right? And 2 stars less, 3. You guys know how to do this. You rank 5-star stuff all the time. You're just going to give them a ranking just from your gut, okay? Okay, let me explain to you what we kind of meant the star rankings to mean. But the truth is the people you like the best are going to be 5s. People you don't are going to be lower, right? It's not that hard, guys. But here's what we meant them to mean. A 5-star, this is somebody most likely to become a customer or distributor on your team. Okay, 5 stars. Or there's somebody that's already on your team that is a rock star and you want to develop that relationship at a deeper level. 5-star people are going to come up on your dashboard every single month. Every 30 days, they're going to come up. You're going to get a reminder, hey, connect with so-and-so. Say hello, make their day today. Okay? 4-star, somebody that's likely to become a customer or distributor with a little bit of nurturing, with a little bit of time, a little bit of investment. And you're going to see them come up on your dashboard every 60 days. Okay? Or they're your people on your team already that are good, solid people. You can talk to them every couple months. 3 stars, everyone's a 3-star to start because you don't know which way they're going to go. 3-star could go either way. They could be interested or not. And they're people that you're just going to stay in touch with. You're going to work on that relationship and you're going to just invest over time. It's the long play on those guys. They're 3 stars. They're going to show up every 90 days. So you're still going to talk to them 4 times a year. You're going to actually be in really great contact with those people. 2-star people are getting a little colder. They're every 120 days. And then the 1-star people, The 1-star people they're not going to come up on your dashboard. They're just in Teamzy. If you need to look them up, they're there. Okay? All right. So you're going to go through and do that. Bam, 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 bam. If you see somebody you don't want, you just hit the trash can, delete them. Okay? Super easy. If you see a duplicate because somebody is named Maybelle Aldham on your back office and they're named Maybelle Aldham Johnson Smith McKenzie on Facebook, you just delete one of those, okay? All right, there's actually, the guys are working on a merge tool, actually. It'll be ready in the new year, in January, which would be cool because then you could go through and just do all the merges on those. Okay, so once you get all that done, now we're ready to crush Power Hour. Ready? Okay, that's good. You put a little bit of lemon essential oil in the tea. You guys ever do that? Drop of that? So good. Okay. All right. So quick tour of the dashboard. This who's up next box right in the middle. This is the engine room. This is what makes Teamzy amazing. This is what makes you guys so effective and efficient at your business that you can connect with and make 20 people's day in 20 or 30 minutes every day. How cool is that? By the way, I'll show you at the very end during Q&A. Remind me, guys, in Q&A to show you the mobile on my phone, because you can do all this on your phone too, which is cool once you've set it up. So you don't have to be in front of a computer to be connecting and making people's day. In fact, a lot of times I did it in bed at night because I went through the whole day and didn't get my stuff done. And my success partner would send me a message with her dashboard complete, and I would have to get off my butt and finish it and send it back to her, right? That's the beauty of accountability. We'll talk about that at the end too. Okay, so I'm gonna go through on my Power Hour. We're gonna connect with prospects, customers, and distributors. And then our follow-ups. There's 4 lists. 4 lists that we're gonna work on our Power Hour, okay? Now, up here in today's activities, these are the goals we set during setup. So we set a goal of 10 prospects a day, connecting with 6 customers on my team, 6 of my customers every day, connecting with 4 of my distributors every day. Now, just so you guys know, like a lot of people will set very complicated follow-up plans with customers, right? Like I'm going to follow up with my customer on the 18th of every month because their order ships on the 19th, and like you got all these complicated things, and that's cool. You can keep doing that. You can set follow-ups and teams to do that. Here's what I have to tell you though. If you have everybody in here and you're using this every day, you're already in contact with them every month. You don't have to worry about setting a follow-up. You're in contact. So awesome. Over here is our goal for invites and ads. Okay, so we've got all that. If you want to look somebody up that's not on the dashboard, you just look them up here by a piece of their name, email, or phone. Just even a couple of letters, it'll start giving you results. You meet somebody new, you want to add them, you just click it right here and add them, okay? Here's our online community. You can jump over there on Facebook. And then here's your left navigation, different cool stuff over here. Okay, I'll let you guys play with that. But let me go through now and crush a Power Hour with you. Oh, here's one more thing. People always ask about this, dailies. What are dailies? Dailies are things that you need to be doing every day to be successful. These are just check boxes, right? You don't do it in Teamzy. It's just like, did you post on social media today? You need to do that every day. You need to do that every day, okay? Are you doing personal development work? Oh, you didn't do it today? You don't get to check it. You can just look at that empty box and let it torture you. Oh, well, let me take it off. There we go. Did you use your products? Are you a product of the product? Now, these will be a little bit different based on your network, okay? Exercise. But Eric, why do I need to do exercise? I sell skincare. Because we love you and we want you to be healthy. Okay? Exercise makes your brain work better. It gives you better energy. It fills you up to help others. Okay? All right. Who's up next? Let's crush it. So we're going to start with prospects. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start connecting with people on the list, and I'm just going to go down the list. Now, you may see somebody on the list that you know. You may see a name on your list you don't even recognize. Does this happen to anybody? Yeah. Here's the thing. I want to encourage you guys. Connect with them anyways. Connect with them anyways. You might make their day. If you're doing, go back to dailies, if you're posting on social every day and you're active on there, people are watching you. They already know who you are and what you're doing. So just connect with them anyways. Okay, so the first person on my list is Sue. If I'm not sure what to say to Sue, I'm going to go over here and click on scripts. You guys see that over on the right-hand side? We've got some great relational, just little connects messages that you can send people to start the conversation. So I'm going to go to Facebook. And I'm just going to use, this is a great one if you haven't talked to somebody in a while. It's, hey, hi, Jane. I just saw you cross my Facebook feed. Thought I'd say hello. How are you? Hope your day's awesome. These are actually, just so you guys know, these are actually scripts that I used. Now we've got 45,000 people have used them. You can obviously take this and tweak it a little bit so that it sounds more like you, but you don't need to overthink these. They work great. Okay, so I've got over here in a separate tab, Facebook, ready to go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to look up Sue. There she is. There's Sue. And I'm gonna send her a message, okay? I already copied that. I copied that script from Teamzy. Now I'm just gonna paste it into Facebook and change the name. Okay, great. Oh, and one thing that I like to do is, since I don't want to type again in Teamzy, I want to be efficient, I just copy it so I can paste it in Teamzy. All right, so now I just sent that message in Facebook, okay? Sent it to Sue. I don't know what I'm clicking here. Now I'm gonna go back to Teamzy and I'm just gonna log it. So now my tracking is done. Just paste it in there. Easy, right? What type of invite, what type of connect? It was a Facebook message. Log it. Done. So now I've connected with the first person on my list. Teamzy told me what to say, who to say it to, and I logged it and I moved on. Now notice up here on my dashboard, I've got a 1 on the board now. Next person on my list is Jay. Okay, I'm gonna go look up Jay. There she is. How many of you guys know Jay from Teamzy? Look, I'm just gonna use the same message. Why overthink it? I'm gonna use the same message 10 times in a row. I want to be efficient and effective. I'm just going to change the name each time. And you know, has it ever happened that I forgot to change the name? Yeah, it has. It gave me an opportunity to send a funny message about what a silly guy I am, and we had a great conversation about it. That's all. Okay, so now I sent it to Jay. Check this out. Done. Now I'm going to log it on Jay. Do you guys see how fast I could do this 10 times? Now here's the cool thing is these messages are taking like no effort at all for me to send and log in Teamzy. Now what's cool is those guys disappeared off my list. They're gonna come back on my list in 30 days. If they don't respond to me at all, I'm not gonna sweat it. They'll be back on my list in 30 days. They were 5 stars, I'll connect with them again. But here's the thing, even if they don't respond to me, I know that they're gonna go look at my Facebook. I know that they're gonna catch up with my business to see what I'm doing, and they're gonna be in their own way engaging with me, and next time they'll be more likely to respond, okay? But when they do respond, now I get to have a conversation with them. But I'm not worried about that right now. Right now, I got to finish my power hour, which is sending the messages. So I'm going to go to Dionisio next. I'm going to send him the same message, Tessa the same message, Emmeline the same message. I'm just going to go bam, 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 10 times until I get down there. Now, if I look at somebody's messenger and I've sent that message, I'll just change it up a little bit. I'll grab a different script. No big deal. When I'm done with my prospects, this circle will be blue, and I will be done with today's goal on that category. And I'll go to the next list, which is customers. Now I'm going to connect with my customers. Now what's cool here is when I go to scripts for customers, Teamzy's intelligently moved over and given me customer scripts, right? We're just trying to make this easy on you guys. And by the way, you can put your own scripts in here. If you got scripts you like or you want your downline to use, you just put them in here and save them so that you can have them at your fingertips when it's ready, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect with my customers. And in this case, our goal is 6. I'm going to connect with 6 customers every day. Just connect. You know, hey Ambrosio, how are things going? How are you enjoying the products that you've been using? Do you have any questions about them? Would you like to know information about any of the new releases that are coming up this month? We've got some sale items, right? We're just connecting. How are the kids? How's everything going? Did that clear up the acne like we thought it might? I don't know, whatever. Just have a conversation with people. Make their day. My favorite script, by the way, for customers is this one. My favorite one is this one. Hey Jane, just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. If you just sent that every single day to all your customers for the first month, people are going to love it. So you send those, same thing, I'd send them in Facebook, bam, bam, bam. If they're not on Facebook, then I'd find the next best way. If I have their phone number, I'll text them. If all I have is an email, then I'll send an email, right? I just expect a much lower response rate to email. Okay, so great. I'm going to go down my customer list. Bam, 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 bam. When I'm done with 6, I'm going to go to my distributor list. This is my team. Why do you think we called this Teamzy? It's about building your team and building team relationships. We need to be connecting with people one-on-one. I'm here to tell you guys, leaders, you leaders out there. And I've had the incredible blessing of talking to some of the top leaders in this industry, multiple networks, people with huge, amazing businesses. And here's the thing I want you guys to know, please listen to. Those of you guys who are new and are planning on having a big team, please listen to this too. Your people need that one-on-one connection with you. Having a team Facebook page or a team Zoom call every week is great, but they just need to hear from you a few times a year. Like, hey, Just checking in. How are you? Is there anything I can do to help? Is there anything I can do to make your day? How can I support you in your business today? Just a quick text, a quick message on Facebook. It will make their day. You guys, I was, oh gosh, how many years ago is it now? A couple years ago, when I was still in Beachbody, I was on one of those success vacations that you win. It's a free cruise to the Caribbean. It was so cool. And I was starting to be recognized as a Teamzy guy at that time. And I remember talking to somebody who had a great business. And she was well into the six figures range per year. And her sponsor was what in Beachbody they call superstar. Superstar is somebody who has just, they're at a very high level of success. It's like the top rank. And I asked her, I said, are you in contact with her? She says, no. I said, well, how often do you talk to her? She goes, well, basically I haven't talked to her since she sponsored me into the business. I said, you haven't? She goes, no, but this spring we're going on a retreat, so I'll get to see her. I was like, you haven't talked to her since she sponsored you into the business? I said, let me just ask you a question. If you were to get a text message from her every couple of months that just said, I've been noticing your business grow, you're doing amazing. I just want to let you know how proud of you I am and see if there's anything I could do to support you. I said, would that be meaningful? And you guys, I have to tell you, this person, the tears just started flowing. It was like an emotional, I touched an emotional nerve, and I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to do that. But it really impacted me on the importance of that connection. People are looking for it from you. And it's just like, it's just like leading people in a job. They stay for the relationship more than the pay. So please, what is this long speech that Eric's giving you about? It's about just connecting with your team every day. Now, if you're new and you have one person, you're not going to connect with them every single day. That's great. But you need to plan your business as if it was $1 billion enterprise. Okay. So right now you've got nobody on your team. Maybe you're brand new. Your plan now is how often will you be in contact with people as you sponsor them in? Okay. And then when you bring that very first person onto your team and you're explaining the culture of your team, even though it doesn't exist, you explain to them. It's about relationship. It's about me supporting you, being here for you, even as we grow. You with me? All right. All right, where am I? Get off on these tangents. All right, so now we're gonna go down prospects, customers, distributors. Now we've done all 20 of our connects. We've sent them out. People are starting to respond, by the way, on Facebook or wherever, and you're tempted. You're tempted right now to go jump into those conversations, but don't. You got one more step, and that's our follow-ups. These are our follow-ups. So now we're gonna work our follow-ups list. We're gonna connect with our follow-ups. Now, how do people get on this follow-ups list? Let me show you guys how this works. So I sent out my messages, my 20 messages, and I'm having these conversations, right, throughout the week. Now, I just want you guys to know, if you do this every day for 30 minutes to send your messages, you're going to create a lot of follow-ups because you're going to be having a lot of conversations. If you had a 50% response rate, which I would say is average, that's 10 conversations a day you're starting. So by Friday, you've got 50 conversations that you're managing. How many of you would be excited about that in your business now? Yeah. So you've got 50 conversations you're managing. Some of them are going to fizzle out, which is fine. They're going to come back on Teamzy later. And some of them are going to be genuinely interested in learning what you're doing, learning more about your business. And that's when we give them an invite. So let me show you how that works. Let's just say, for example, Jay, when we message Jay, she and I catch up. We have a conversation. How are things going? How's life? How's life in the desert? Right? She's telling me, and we're connecting. She's asking me about my kids, which actually we do all the time. She works for Teamzy, in case you didn't know. She's my ringer for this example. But we're talking, and she's like, hey, I noticed you're doing that thing, and you look great, and, do you think it's something that I could do? We're talking, and I'm like, oh, totally, Jay, it would be awesome. You'd be great at it. So we're talking about it. She's excited. Look, I'll tell you what, Jay. I know you want to learn some more, so why don't we do this? Why don't I set you up on I'll send you a link. We're going to have an opportunity call tonight, team call. I'll send you that link. You jump on it. We're going to talk all about the opportunity. You'll learn a bunch about it. And then I'll connect with you tomorrow and see if you have any questions. Sound good? She's like, oh, that would be awesome. Great. So how do I do that in Teamzy? So what I'm going to do is, see, she's not on my dashboard anymore, right? So I'm going to look her up. Any piece of her name. I wrote Lisa because my wife's name is Lisa, so it's a good slip, right? Okay, there's Jay. Brought her up. Now what I want to do is I'm going to log a connect with her that I didn't invite. So let's call it a business op. Okay. And then I'm going to send it via email. I told her email the link. And then see this little invite box? I'm going to click it. See, now this is told Teamzy. This is not just a, hey, how are you message. This is an invite. And then I have to select the type. So it's an opportunity call. Great. Okay, great. So it might be a three-way call. It might be an online group. I don't know, whatever you use to build interest about your business. So here's a business op. Great. So now what I want to do is before I log this, though, I need to set a follow-up. When did I tell Jay I would follow up with her? Was anyone listening? Tomorrow. I said I would connect with her tomorrow, see if she has any questions. So I need to set a follow-up. Just toggle this thing down to tomorrow, right? You can even do custom date or whatever, but we have the easy ones right here. So now I've got the follow-up set for tomorrow. Now I'm going to log this. Now watch what happens. It adds this follow-up now to her record. So she is now on my follow-ups list. There she is. So I don't have to worry about even thinking about remembering. Tomorrow when I do my power hour, I'm going to come in here just like I showed you. I'm going to connect with my prospects, my customers, my distributors, whoever's on my list. That's who I'm going to connect with. And then I'm going to go down my follow-ups list. Okay? And I'm going to follow up. Now, what's cool about this is, and I know you guys have heard this, the fortunes in the follow-up, right? The fortunes in the follow-up. Have you guys heard this stat that 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up? You guys heard that? 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. How many of you guys believe that's true? No, you're waving your hands at me and I can't see them, but I can feel them. How many of you then follow up 7 to 10 times? Anyone? Now, when I talk to groups and huge teams and stuff, very few people will raise their hands. Usually it's the leader who organized the call. And I understand, I get it. You don't want to be a nag, you don't want to be annoying, or you just simply don't have a system that's organized enough to follow up that many times. You lose people, right? Well, you don't have to worry about that. You've got Teamzy now, so you've got the system. But I'm going to teach you right now how to do it without being annoying. Now, what's cool about this is I'm going to teach you guys the 2 principles that you need to do every time you follow up to not be annoying. But even if you don't listen to a word I say and you just use the scripts in Teamzy, you'll be following those rules. Pretty cool, right? And I put 10, there's 10 scripts in Teamzy, so you can follow up 10 times without even having to use your brain. You just got to use it enough to know what number you're on. Pretty cool, right? Okay, here's the deal. If you don't want to be annoying when you follow up, 1, don't ask them to do anything in your follow-up. Don't ask them to do anything in your follow-up. Never ask them. Never give them an action step. Don't ask them to call you back. Don't ask them to message you back. Don't ask them to make a decision. Don't ask them to complete their purchase. Don't ask them to do anything in your follow-up. Now, I'm assuming you've had a conversation with them and you've already talked to them about the opportunity and you've already given them a call to action. The follow-up is the follow-up on that call to action. So you don't need to give it to them again. Make sense? Okay, so don't ask them to do anything in your follow-up. The second principle is this. Make sure that your follow-up is sent in written form, right? Nobody likes voicemails anymore. Nobody likes voice messages anymore. Well, the voice message could work sometimes too, but only because they're going to read the transcript anyways on their phone, right? So if you don't have time to type, I would still rather use the microphone that transcribes. Send it written so they can read it on their lock screen of their phone without opening the message. So it needs to be short too, written and short, so that they can read it on the lock screen of the phone without opening the message, right? You guys do this. They don't want you to know they've read it. Why? Because they're not going to respond to it right now, right? If they have to open that screen to read it, they're annoyed because they know they're not going to answer you right now. Or they may feel like they have to, which is annoying. We don't want to put that emotion on them. Now, let me explain to you guys a little something why those 2 principles work, okay? When I'm talking to Jay and she's excited about the business, like she's so excited, this is so great, I can't wait, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to do just like you, I'm going to leave my job, I'm going to be home with my family, this is going to be great, right? What happens, or what is even happening at that moment, is her subconscious mind, which controls 85% of our actions, our conscious actions are controlled by our subconscious. Her subconscious mind, which is designed to keep her safe, designed to minimize threat, is saying, no, 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 no way. No way, we're not doing that. It's too expensive, it's too risky, it's too scary. I know you hate your job, but it's a job and it's safe and it's secure, as if, right? As if any job is secure. But that's happening in her subconscious mind. So that's okay. You want her to be excited. You want her to be enthusiastic. Now, when I'm following up with Jay, my follow-ups are designed to reconnect her to that moment of conscious excitement that she had when she talked to me about it for a second, because I know it's only going to last a second before her subconscious squishes it, right? So she's going to get this little message from me on her phone, and she's going to go, oh, cool. Yeah, but I can't do that right now. I can't respond right now because, and she'll come up with something, right? The cat's throwing up on the dog, whatever, the baby's pulling the something, right? You guys know this. So there's a reason. She justifies why she's not going to respond right now. But the point is, you succeeded. She saw your follow-up. You're top of mind again for a second. Okay, let me show you how to do it in Teamzy, guys. But this is why it works between 7 and 10, because every time you do this, she's associating that positive emotion with you, and her subconscious mind is getting more okay with the opportunity. Does that make sense? And she, because you're being so non-annoying, is starting to feel that rule of reciprocity is making her feel like she needs to respond to your follow-ups. But the reason why people don't respond typically to the first 5 follow-ups at all, and you guys think that they don't like you or don't respect you, that's not true, is because of this subconscious thing that's happening. Okay, so here's how we do it in Teamzy. I go to my follow-ups, I get to Jay, great. I go to scripts, I grab Facebook, follow-up number 1, bam. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Right, I'm going to copy that script. I'm going to send it to Jay in Facebook, paste it in here. Make sure you change the name. And I'm going to set the next follow-up. Make sure you set the next follow-up. If you don't set the next follow-up, she drops back into the up next list. You don't want that. You want to set the next follow-up. Okay, that was a Facebook message. Bam, now she's on my list again. Tomorrow I'm going to come in, same thing. I'm going to follow up with her again. I'm going to get follow-up number 2. Bam. Just making sure you got my email, checking to see if you have any questions. Maybe I'll follow up the 3rd day, 3 days in a row, and I'll go to follow-up number 3. I'm excited about the goals we discussed. Can't wait to get started. Just getting top of mind, just sending her a little message, just letting her know I haven't forgotten. Okay? Number 4, staying in touch so I can help you achieve your goals. Number 5, maybe at this point you've given them, maybe you're doing them every 2 or 3 days now. It's up to you how often you want to follow up, but you want to keep her on that list. Hope you're doing well. I'm here when you're ready. So I expect people to follow up between 6 and 7. Respond. First response between 6 and 7. Most people quit after 3. No big deal. By the way, in Teamzy, it will take you a second of your day to send this follow-up. You don't even think about it. You just keep them on your follow-ups list and keep going. Number 6, this is where we start kind of tugging on her heartstrings a little bit. I know you're excited about getting started, and I promise to be here to help you along the way. Do you have any questions for me? Okay, so now we're getting in here. And so we're following up. And it's not just Jay. I'm adding people to my list every day. Everybody that I invite or show a product to or talk to about the business, I'm putting them on my follow-ups list. Everybody that I talk to and weren't interested in learning about that right now, I just let stay on my up next list. Every 30, 60, 90, 120 days, everyone that's interested, I got them on my follow-ups list, and I'm following up like a pro. And what happens is on the 5th or 6th follow-up, they go, oh my gosh, you're amazing. Wow, thank you for being in touch with me. You're so good. And you're like, oh, well, thank you. I'm just trying to follow through on the promise I made to you to help you. You with me? So what happens when Jay joins the team? I'm in back office. I see she finally did it. She completed her purchase. Here's how you finish her off. You look her up, go to her record. Now I'm going to complete the sale. Let's say it was this will change based on your network, but let's call it a distributor kit. Okay, so now Teamzy knows I got a sale based on all that activity. And now what I'm going to do is move her member type from prospect over to distributor and then click personally sponsored, bam. So now she's going to show up. Next time she shows up on my up next list, it will be as a team member, not as a prospect. Are you with me? Okay, great. That's how you crush a power hour. Connect with the people on the list, start conversations, have conversations, form, ask questions, find wants and needs. Where appropriate, discuss the business. When they're interested, put them on your follow-ups list. Follow up like a pro. Repeat, rinse, and repeat every single day. 30, 40 minutes a day, 60 minutes with a little bit of extra time in there. You can get this done. You can have a crushing, huge, awesome, fun business in an hour a day. Okay? And then you can get about doing the other stuff, laboring over your social media posts and things like that. Okay. You guys will see right there a Q&A button. If you have questions, load them in the Q&A button. I'm going to start taking questions now live. Load them up there. I'll be happy to answer anything that you guys come up with. I see there's one in there now, but this is your chance to ask me anything. Aaron says, if I have my goal set up in a way that requires me to contact 6 customers per day, but I have more than 180 customers in my list with a 30-day connect, 5-star rating, how will I ensure that everyone gets contacted once per month without setting a follow-up deadline? I don't know. What is 8? That's perfect, isn't it? Oh, you have more than 180 customers. Gotcha. Well, Aaron, that is a great question. First of all, I would, how do I say this nicely? I would suggest that you probably don't have 180 5-star customers. Okay? You probably don't have 180 5-star customers. But if you want to be in touch with all of those customers every single month, then yes, you need to increase your goal. That's all. Maybe make it 10 a day. Cool? But the truth is you could probably move a bunch of those people to Force and then manage that list, no problem. Okay? 5-star people are your top people, your top people. Now, maybe a brand new person, you get a new person, you might want to follow up with them for a couple of months, every month, and then you can back off to every couple of months. It's up to you. I mean, how you want to manage it. But typically, you might have a couple of dozen 5-star people in a good business. Those are your top people. Okay. Chevelle says, I'm having a hard time getting all of my Facebook friends loaded. Okay, let me show you where to find this in Teamzy. It's actually not hard to do. Now, I have personally uploaded Facebook archives, gosh, I don't know, 500 times probably since we started this, my own all the time, and also helping people like you do it. And here's what I will tell you. It works every single time. Now, there's a couple things that could happen. So over here on the left side of Teamzy is the Help Center, okay? I'm gonna go there. That's where you should go first. There's videos, but I like the one that's down here in the FAQs, which is just steps. How do I get my Facebook friends in Teamzy? Bam. Okay? Just follow these steps and it will work. Now, the only reason this might not work, and this happens every once in a while, I'd say about 5% of the people, is that Facebook, while they're pulling your archive, encounters an error. And if you find this happens, then you'll have to wait 3 days to do it again before Facebook clears the error. That's just something to do. But other than that, it will work every time. So here's the deal. You just follow these instructions right here. How do I get my Facebook friends into Teamzy from the Help Center, and step by step, and you'll get 100%. Now, if you look at that list and you're like, I just can't do this. I'm not that tech savvy, which is fine. I get that. This purple help button at the bottom, just click that button, send a ticket, and say, I need help with this, and we'll help you with it. Okay, our team will help you with it. Even to the extent that if you want a one-on-one walkthrough with one of our team where they take you through it on a Zoom call, we'll do that with you. Cool? All right, where's my next Q&A button? Hold on, I lost it. There we go. Just don't give up, Chevelle. You can do it. Okay, Amy says, I'm new and I don't have many customers or promoters. How do I get prospects? All of my friends list. Yes, Amy. So if you don't have many customers or promoters, make those goals really small. Make your prospect goal big. First of all, every person on your friends list is a prospect for you. For sure. For sure. Those are your best prospects. Those are your best prospects. And then you want to go from there, you're going to be meeting people. So you're going to add people to your friends list constantly. People you already know that aren't on your friends list now, you want to start adding. You want to start looking through your friends of your friends, and connecting with people you haven't talked to in a long time and starting a conversation with them and getting reconnected with them, right? Not like, hey, I haven't talked to you since high school. It's Amy. Would you like to buy my whatever face cream? Not that. Just like, hey, how have you been? Let's stay connected, right? And start adding people to your list. And then you're going to start meeting people through your traction marketing online, things like that. You're going to start meeting people. You're going to get introduced to as you do this right, guys, as you build relationships through Teamzy, you will start getting introduced to people left and right by the people you already know. right? I have even done trainings on to tell you how to get them to do it, but you will start meeting people that way. For me personally, I always got my 3 a day. Almost 100% was people being introduced randomly to me, usually because I asked, but they're being introduced to me. And then also my company would give us free leads. So I was always getting new people in there. But then you can do, your social media campaigns, all the things that you do in life, like, walking around meeting people, actually meeting people in the real world, school activities, things like that, putting them on your Facebook list and adding them to Teamzy. Okay, hope that helped. Chevelle says from phone. Chevelle, it is not possible in 2017 to import a file to any software from a smartphone. The technology doesn't exist yet. You have to use a computer to do a bulk import. Now, if you don't have a computer, you just need to borrow one for like 20 minutes to do it, right? And you can get it done and go to the public library. But the phone technology is not there yet. Maybe it's starting to get there. Like iPhones can handle files now, but you just need to get to a computer. Okay. And if you look at that FAQ, the very first thing it says is on a computer or PC. Teresa says, is there a replay? Yeah, actually, we're streaming live on Facebook right now on the Teamzy page, I think, unless I screwed up. Oh, you know what? I think I streamed it on my page because I wasn't paying attention. I was in a hurry. But anyways, it'll be on the Teamzy page, and also we will send you guys a link to the replay. Jill says, so once you have your Facebook list downloaded, if you make new friends on Facebook, you just manually enter them into Teamzy. So Jill, that's a good question. The best practice is to add them daily as you're meeting them. However, if you fall behind, you can do another bulk import. It won't duplicate the people you already have. It'll just add the new people, okay? Aaron says, will Teamzy be developing an app? Yes, eventually. Right now, though, we have a lot of really cool features that are under development that we want to get done first for you guys. We do have, I meant to show this to you guys. Let me show you real quick. Okay, let me just get rid of all the stuff that's on here so that I can share this. Where is it? I need to stop sharing my screen, start sharing my phone. I'm going to show you what Teamzy looks like on mobile, okay? Give it a second. It just takes a second to share. Okay, there's my phone. Okay, all right. So Teamzy, you see I've got it saved on my dashboard right here. It's a mobile web page, not an app, but it works. Oh wait, sorry, I got to do the Face ID thing. I'm not used to that. I got the new phone. All right, so I'm logging in Teamzy. So this is my Teamzy on my phone, which is awesome. It's right here in my fingertips. Everything that we were just looking at, I can do everything I can do on my desktop. I can look somebody up by typing it in, okay? I can go down here and connect with somebody. Next person on my list is Carrie Ann. I can connect with her. I can grab my scripts. I can do it all on my phone, right? How cool is this? There's my script, and paste the script in, right? I can send it through Facebook. I just didn't show you that part, right? I can log this. Done. I got my dashboard. Next one. I can do all this on my phone, which is so cool. So you've got Teamzy mobile now. There's no reason you can't use it. In fact, most people are using it on mobile. So going back to the other question, to do bulk imports, you need a computer. Other than that, you can do everything on your phone. Make sense? Okay. Natalie says, is 1 hour realistic for a 6-figure income? Okay, so what hours would you best recommend for that? Is it realistic? Here's the thing, Natalie. There are people that you know right now on your team, either on your team up, sideways, or under you, who are spending much more than 1 hour a day and are nowhere close to 6-figure income, correct? Yeah. What do I mean by 1 hour a day? I mean focused, connecting with people, income producing activities. That's what you're doing for a full hour every day. Every day you're creating new conversations. That's what's going to get you to 6 figures. Now, is there going to be more work that you have to do outside of your power hour? Yeah. I mean, you got to go fulfill the orders, and you've got to do customer service stuff, and you've got to do your social media posts. So you've got other things you need to be doing. But the important part of your business, the lead generation engine, is 1 hour a day. Make sense? Okay, and you don't have to spend, because you're using Teamzy, you don't have to spend 2 hours planning that 1 hour. Okay. All right, guys. Any other questions? My voice held up all the way through. Thank you, Lord, for that. My prayer tonight was simple. Keep the voice and keep the technology running for the duration. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're excited that you're part of our Teamzy family. We hope this tool really helps you leverage your time to be efficient and really make a difference in so many lives. Build your business big so you don't have to be worried about stuff like me. And just bless others with it. So, wait. Oh my gosh, before I say goodbye. Anybody still here? Yes. Real quick, I got action steps. You got action steps. You got to have these real quick, guys. Sorry. Real quick. Go get your 30-day free trial if you don't already have it, okay? If you're already on a 30-day free trial, get your subscription set up so that when your 30 days free is over, you don't miss a beat, okay? Definitely make sure you're doing these things that I showed you, and it'll be a no-brainer, okay? Next, choose a 30-day success partner to do your 30-day free trial with, okay? If you're already halfway through, just get a 30-day success partner anyways to do this with me. You need to hold each other accountable to doing it together. And every day, I suggest you take a screenshot of your Teamzy dashboard when you finished your goal and message it to your success partner. I can't even tell you how many times this got my butt literally out of bed to do my Teamzy. So do that. The last action step, I'm going to give you a 5-day challenge. And this is just kind of like just a challenge. I want you in 5 days in a row, to connect with 100 people. That's an average of 20 a day, which is the example I showed you today. No big deal. And it can be any combo of prospects, customers, or distributors. Just do 20 a day for 5 straight days. And if you do that, you will know what I meant. You will know why I asked you to do it. It's going to create so much momentum in your business. It's going to blow you away. Okay, so there's your action steps. All right, guys. I hope that was really helpful and valuable to you guys. I got one more Q&A. Let me just jump in there real quick. That was wonderful. Thank you. Okay, great. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the training. Thank you again for being here. God bless you. Have an awesome night. And please bring your teams to see Teamzy as well. Talk to you soon.